Welcome to the Debt Rebel podcast, where we discuss the ins and outs of personal finance for families so you can eliminate the burden of debt, create financial margins, and learn a new way to interact with your money. I'm your host, Jewlz The Budget Nerd, and I have been in your shoes. My husband and I have paid off over $107,000 in consumer debt until we finally threw in the towel and decided it wasn't for us. Throughout our journey, we learned another way to do life without debt, and that's my hope for you. You can learn more about our story and see full show notes on my website, jewlzthebudgetnerd.com. That's JEWLZ, thebudgetnerd.com. Now let's dive into today's episode.
Debt Rebels. So I'm recording this a little early because as this episode is coming out is New Year's Eve, and I am away at family camp with my family, and it's been kind of a funny story about how this adventure came to be. I am not the biggest fan of camping anymore, and neither is my husband. We've reached the age where we just don't camp anymore. Camping is spending a night away from our house, and sleeping in someone else's bed. So whether that's an Airbnb or traveling, that's camping. And so we were watching a movie with my daughter, and family camp. If you haven't seen it, it's super cute. But she's like, Mom, I want to do that. And so I was like, ah. So we went online and did some research trying to figure out, okay, is there some family camps? And so there was one locally that does a New Year's Eve thing. And so I thought, oh, that sounds kind of cool. It's a one night thing. So it's not going to be a super huge commitment. We're not going to have to spend a whole weekend away. And they provide meals and the entertainment, and there's some tradition in it. And we don't have to travel far. So it's like within an hour of our house. And so I thought, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And also it's a little dream for my 5-year-old. She's super excited about it. And so we're like, all right, let's do it. And the cool thing is it's literally less than it would be to go rent a hotel room for the night. And also they provide all the food. So in the entertainment, I'm like, yes, this is great. So all that to say, I'm recording this ahead of time. And so that's where I am as you're listening to this. And so I hope that you've had an opportunity, now that Christmas is over, had an opportunity to spend some time with your loved ones and just take a big deep breath and just exhale. Inhale, exhale. Maybe some breathing exercises. This time of year is challenging as a parent, but also really fun because we get out of our normal routines and that we maybe do things that we normally wouldn't do. We're playing with new toys that, we received for Christmas and getting to see people we haven't seen for a while. And so I hope that the Christmas was amazing for you. And if it wasn't, I hope that you are looking forward to this new year and what is possible. And so today I want to talk a little bit more about we talk about goal setting and the action steps. And so right now I just want to take some time kind of as a little rebel reset to think about, what do you want this next year to look like? And what do you want your financial status to look like? And so this is going to look different for all of us, wherever we are in our debt-free journey. Is sometimes it might be figuring out, how do we get our expenses down a little bit more? And then it might be, all right, we need to focus on saving up a little bit more money because we foresee some big things coming in the new year that we're going to need to be financially set for. And so if you know that you've got some big expenses coming, maybe now's the time to pause and reflect and figure out how to get those into your monthly budget. So a great way to do that is if you know, for instance, you're going to be taking a family trip later on in the summer, now's a really great time to start saving for that. So best way to do that is work the problem backwards. And so figuring out, when do you need the funds by? So if you're taking the trip in the summertime, what are the expenses needed? And then when do you need to have that money set aside for? And so this is going to keep us from jumping into credit card debt to have a family experience or whatever it is that you want to look at for this year. And work backwards, and then figure out, all right, if you have 3 months to plan for this, how much money do you need to save over the next 3 months. There's more pay periods in January versus February. And so factor that in and look and see how much money do you need to save every pay period so that you can reach that goal for your family adventure or whatever at that expense. That's just one way that you can look forward to this new year. And if you had a chance to listen recently, I am launching something that I'm really excited about. And I'm so excited because a lot of the things that we have been talking about, and I've been listening to all of you, and I want more, and I want to go deeper, and I want some accountability, and I want some additional support. And so the group coaching that I'm going to be launching in this new year is going to accomplish all of those things. The coaching program is going to be specific to what you need, what our community needs, whether it's different workshops. And so I've got some speakers that are going to join us in that community. I'm going to be teaching even more. And so I will link the waitlist for that coaching program in the show notes so that you can be updated on when that launches. But I'm excited for where that's going because I know that so many of you that have reached out have said, I want more and I've got some big goals. Let's work together to achieve those big goals and reach a new financial status this year, whether that is, hey, I have saved my $1,000 emergency fund and so I'm not constantly going to my credit cards and feeding that credit card debt beast. Maybe it is that you have paid off a credit card. That's what one of your goals is this year. Or maybe it is, I'm finally going to be able to say I'm debt free. And that is just an amazing, amazing spot to be. But I want to celebrate all of those wins with you this year. And so right now it's just taking that time to be intentional and think through what do you want those wins to be? And then let's dive in. Let's jump in and make those happen. Today, new year, new financial status. What does that look like for you? What does that look like for your family? What are those goals? So if you haven't had a chance to listen to episode 31, jump back and listen to that. It talks about smart goal setting, how to set some actionable goals so you can achieve those this year. And then let's get to work on that. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope that you're optimistic about what's possible in 2025. I'm very excited to be a part of that with you. And I would love if you would join us on the wait list for this group coaching program. There's so many more details to come, but trust me, if being debt-free and eliminating debt from your life and living according to what matters most to you, if that's something that's on your list this year, then you absolutely need to jump in and be a part of it. I am so excited. So stay tuned for more. And if you jump on that wait list, I'm going to give you some other resources so that you don't have to just wait for that you can get started on that journey now. And we will see what happens in 2025 because I know that it's possible and I know that you can make it possible and we can be debt free together. All right, let's do this, Debt Rebels. Happy New Year.
Thank you for listening to the Debt Rebel podcast. Now, if you want to take your next step, check out my website, jewlzthebudgetnerd.com. That's JEWLZ, thebudgetnerd.com. I've created a bunch of resources just for you. So hop on over, check it out, and we can connect more there. If you loved today's episode, I would be honored if you would hit that subscribe button and leave me a review. And remember, every step towards financial independence is a rebellion against debt. So stay strong, keep pushing forward, and fight the good fight. Until next time, Debt Rebels, stay resilient.